Hi everyone, so this is another real fast reading. It's interesting. I noticed that, and I kind of wonder if it's something about what's going on out in the collective recently, but I've noticed that the readings are very short, and the energy that's coming in as like these short little bursts. And I'm going to go ahead and dive into this. This one feels a little urgent, if I'm honest. And it doesn't feel urgent because anything terrible is happening, though for some of you this initial energy may be not great. It feels a little bit like, come on, we have a window of opportunity to learn this. We have to get this. This is how it feels. And so I am definitely being told to discuss who I'm connecting with, which normally doesn't happen. It goes through phases, right? Sometimes I feel that way, but right now I'm feeling that way very strongly. So I'm taking it that that's going to be confirmation for somebody. I'm tapping into a group of like higher level protectors and guides here, and the collective that they're working for here needs to up their protection game. It's about spiritual protection, energetic protection. For some of you, it's going to be practical application protection, but there's something here about learning the lesson on how to protect ourselves. Oh, okay, I'm actually seeing it mirrored, so it's like practical and energetic. The window of time that I'm feeling is because there seems to be a transition period that someone's in, and I feel that this transition period extends back into somewhere between middle of summer for some of you all the way up until the beginning of fall, so that end of summer time period for some of you. And there's been this transition period where there's been lots of lessons that are being learned, and now the current lesson is how to protect yourself. Right? Maybe you're somebody that you never really learned how to protect yourself in the 3D. Like, okay, I'm not even going to explain that. If it's you, you'll know. And so what you're doing now is you're learning how to do that. Maybe you're somebody that never really learned energetic protection, and now is your opportunity to learn how to do that. The reason why it feels so important is because there's like this demarcation line here that I have to be honest, it feels like it's coming at the full moon, whatever full moon falls in Aries this year. I don't know if that's the next full moon. It might be the next full moon. Okay. And it feels like there, around that time period, there's something that's opening up. And before that time period, we have something that we need to protect from. And it's the opportunity to learn how to do this. Why is the protection so important? The protection is so important because they're showing me a person with like a small bag in their hands. It's light, it doesn't strain their arm. They've been carrying it around forever. They don't know that it's there anymore. There's some sort of baggage that we don't even know is there anymore. And I'm not necessarily feeling this baggage as like issues or traumas or anything like that. It could be, right? It could be. It's almost like residual energy. Like, we call it little nasties in ceremonial magic circles. It's like a residual energy that doing this protection is naturally releasing or banishing it in some way. And this is clearing up someone's energy to make them cleaner, right, energetically, and also to make them whole. Because whatever this is, it's been siphoning energy for a very long time. It feels like a very long time. And really the subconscious energy, right? Which your subconscious energy is like the bad boy of the energy system. And this is all happening because there's something here after this demarcation where we have to attract something different. Ooh, we have to start attracting something different. We see that gateway, right? It's like passing through this gateway. Notice the energetic codes on that gateway. We're changing our frequency. So if you are in this space where you're aware that there's a situation that you need to protect from or you need to clear out, take this very seriously right now because you have this little window of opportunity. It's almost like that opportunity isn't always going to be there. This other energy isn't always going to be forcing its energy on you. It's that situation that you're trying to clear out of your energy isn't always going to be there for you to learn this skill. But this skill is what helps you purify your energy system and clear your energy system to be prepared for whatever comes on the other side of this. I'm getting very heavy themes of as above, so below. So again, the energy that we're resonating with is attracting something on the other side of this. For some of you, you may need to look up other resources to learn other methods of how to implement energetic protection. I don't know why I blanked on that. Maybe it's other modalities of energy work, right? Since I stopped before protection. Others of you, it's really going in and following your intuition on how to do that. There's something here about making our backs not weak against the wind. So becoming much more solid. I'm saying that because of this card here, right? she's like, surrender, surrender. So she's flippy floppy. It's something about not being that way and allowing yourself to become much more solid and prickly. Again, heavy themes on reflection. If you look at this, you see the water is reflecting that threshold. You have this Merkaba showing as above and so below, the ascension and descension of matter. There's all these energies of reflected nature. So definitely heavy attraction points in the future, manifestation, moving things, making things happen for ourselves that aren't possible until we learn how to do this. So if you are having like a sticky situation happen where you feel like you have to protect yourself, it is paying off. It's a situation that is happening for your benefit, and so that you get another skill inside your toolbox, so that you're better equipped to create a life that you want after this sort of threshold period opens up again. I feel that that's sometime around this next full moon if you're watching this when I post it. If it's not when I post it, it's probably going to be the next full moon after you watch this. Okay, I'm being told to take one more card. Oh, it's dark. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm not being told to read this. I'm being told to look at the image. Again, we have that water, and that water is a little tumultuous, but you can see some of the star reflections that are taking place. And you can notice it's almost like a threshold again, right, with that water. So this is very much a threshold of our emotions, our emotional life, and our psychic life. So there's heavy themes of psychic hygiene, heavy themes of learning how to control our emotions and our emotional energy so that we don't create cords. Really heavy themes on understanding what is existing inside those subconscious spaces that may be undermining our protective mechanisms. So there's beliefs that may be undermining our protection. There, for example, if you're constantly working on energetic protection, but you're somebody that doesn't believe that anything you do works, well, that's not really going to work for you, right? So it's clearing those beliefs out, working on those beliefs. Some of you may need to work on your belief system before you're able to really learn how to do this. And maybe for some of you, that is the baggage. That might be the baggage that you're carrying that you don't even realize anymore because it's been so long. For others of you, this is about what direction to pick that's coming up. You're going to make better choices when you're not being pulled down by the influence of these energies. And that may be why you're also working on this protection. For others of you, it is manifesting people of a higher caliber. Notice how this figure, it's like she's made of stars and she's in a place where she doesn't really belong. And she's looking up at the stars. It's about going to places where you actually fit in, about going to frequencies where you actually match. This is what this reading is trying to say to somebody, that whatever is taking place right now that you're finding yourself having to protect against or having to protect from, it's so that you clear out your energy system to make you a better match for the frequencies that you're trying to attain, which have the potential of coming here after this next full moon. Very interesting. Okay, and now they want me to go over here. Okay. The intertwining of things is what's coming up for me with this card. And then again, the belief system. When I see this card, this is the Anima Mundi, but whenever I see this card, I really think our subconscious belief system. That's what always pops up into my mind immediately. So again, the intertwining of things based on what we hold within our beliefs. If you believe that you are the twin flame of that super toxic person you're trying to get away from, you're probably never going to cut that cord because you have a belief that solidifies that, right? If you are somebody who doesn't know how to control your mind and your emotions, you're probably never going to be able to sever some sort of tie that you have to that workplace or to that time in your life or to those people. And so that's part of this, is learning all the different skills that are required to become a more healthy, whole individual by practicing this protection, by learning as much about it as you can, by digging into your belief system to understand what might be undermining those protective layers. This is really empowering because for me, when I see energy like this is a lesson that has to be learned along the magician's journey. So a lot of you may be magic workers or energy workers, and this is a very important step inside your journey to really understand how to master your own energy. I think that was a topic that came up yesterday in yesterday's reading, mastering your own energy. We've been having a lot of interpersonal themes, so for some of you this may be an interpersonal thing that you're trying to protect yourself from. Just understand that your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your behaviors, all those things are what connect you to others. And your proximity, how much you think about them, how much emotions you give them, how much emotions you have over the situation, all of those things are those cords. And a person could come in and do like an energy chop, but if you're still generating that energy, you're still generating that cord. Okay, so whoever's message this is, I'm going to leave this here again. I knew that this was going to be rather short, but good luck with this energy. I really like, I don't know, I get kind of a fun energy when I'm stepping into that, learning more modalities of protection. You can make that really fun. Get creative with it. You know, this is kind of an exciting time because you have a space opening up where you have the ability to manifest much better things than maybe what you've received inside of your life. But there is this lesson in these tools that you kind of have to get. What you reap in the future is going to be evidence of what it is that you've learned up until that point, right? Because everything's a reflective of your own energy. If you think that you're worthless, still you're going to attract people that make you feel worthless. In other words, if you are somebody who, you know, you're still trying to get little things over on people and be sneaky about who you are because you don't want to be honest with yourself about who you are, or you don't want to be authentic, or you're just afraid to be yourself, you're going to attract people who are honest about themselves and who are afraid to be themselves. And so this is really where someone gets to see all the things they've been carrying around that may have been blind spots or energies that have been knocking around that maybe aren't even theirs, that they've been holding on to or that have just siphoned onto them. Learning this protection is something that's going to clear your energy so that you're able to attract the best thing possible in the future here, and not the distant future either. So good luck with this. If this resonates with you, please hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment, and until next time.